Hi guys, Nancy Bell's My Fridge. Okay, you guys, let me just make sure that I am in focus. Just a second. And I am, and I'm going to see if I can't come down a little more. Actually, I'll just bring this up and then you guys can see it that way. Okay, what we're doing is we're making library card pockets. What you guys, these things are fabulous because you can use these. See, it's a library card pocket. See? Isn't that cool? And I made it out of junk mail. And you can use these in your junk journals. You can use them in your traveler's notebooks. You can use them, um, just put a bunch of little like tags or goodies in this and give this as a gift to one of your crafty friends. Um, you can do so much with this. I was looking for my corner chomper. I like the corner chomp the ends, but anyway, doesn't matter. So what I did to make this is I used a Chipotle menu. Let me see, make sure you guys can see that. So it's a Chipotle menu. See? So any of us can get this when you go to Chipotle, or just walk in and grab one. And what I did is I simply, we move this out of the way, I simply just went like this. And this is how I always make my library pockets. I love a library pocket. I think they're just fabulous. Okay, and just go like that. You can use a one of these, or you can use the back of a spoon. Okay, so there we go. So now all we have to do is we have to just glue down the sides, right? Well, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to show you guys how to make some hinges. Let me see if I need to bring this back a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, right. Let me bring this. I want to. Well, this is about as good as it's going to get. You guys will be able to see it. Okay, so let me put this aside. You need to build some hinges, and the hinges are going to go right here and be taped with double-sided tape, so that what happens when you have hinges is you can open up your library pocket a lot wider. Like, look, this has hinges in it, so see, you can open up the pocket a lot better. You guys can use this to make really cool envelopes. You can do this when you're going to make envelopes and put them in a junk journal and actually put it in the journal and tape it in. It just makes it so that you can stuff a lot more goodies in there. Okay, so let me show you how you make hinges. You take a scoring board, and you're going to hit it every 1 inch. And you guys, I always say this in every video. If I was to do anything, invest in your tools. Scoreboard, huge. Get a scoreboard. They're probably 20 bucks, but get a 40 or 50% off coupon, and you're only going to pay like $12 for the thing. Keep your eyes open Tuesday morning. A lot of times has this kind of stuff at a good price, scoreboards. Okay, so at 1 inch, maybe I should do this so you guys can see. Okay, yeah, I'll do it like this. You're going to go every inch. So we're going to score at 1 inch. We're going to score at 2 inches. Score at 3 inches. And we're making way more hinges than we need. But then you'll have hinges for next time. 4 inches. 5 inches. 6. Plus it's fun. 7. 8. Okay. This is a Martha Stewart one, and a bone folder, that's what this is called, came with it. I'm not sure where that original bone folder is. It was supposed to be left in there, but anyway, it's somewhere in my craft room. So, so we're done with that. So get yourself a scoreboard. Huge, 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 huge. All right, so then, now you could probably do this without a scoreboard and use a ruler and a pencil and go 1 inch, but you have to do a lot more measuring. Okay, so you want to go every 2, you want to go ahead and cut it out. And let me show you why. Now you have a score in the middle there, and you just fold on the score line. There's a hinge. So let's do another one. So you go 1, 2, cut on this line here. Let me come up to the camera so you guys are seeing that. See that line right there? That's where you're going to fold. You just fold it like that. So now you have 2 hinges, right? Okay, so now you have this extra. Put this aside for your next project. Okay, so I like to go in here and measure. You need your hinges to be the size of your pocket, right? Of this pocket. So you just measure it real quick. Just a second. Sorry if I'm out of frame. So you just measure it like that. Cut it off. I think I've shown this in other videos, but it's never, you never can see anything too many times, I don't think. Okay, because, you know, a lot of times you'll see, you're like, how does she do that again? So, and then that's how I measure it. I just line up the one I just did with that one and cut it off. And we got hinges for something else, okay? So I just put those aside. I'll keep those in this little basket I have over here with a bunch of crap. Okay, then we're going to use double-sided tape. I like to get my double-sided tape, and I need to go there and get more. At Tuesday morning, you guys, this thing is really good size. I'm trying to think of how much you get. You get a lot. You get a lot for your money. So this is like, you know, more than halfway done, but it's really, really good price. Only $1.99. They've raised their prices, so hopefully it hasn't gone up past $1.99. But even if it went to like $3, you guys, that is still way cheaper. Okay, so you put some double stick tape on both sides. Okay. Did I show you guys the back of this? Okay, so here's the pocket. Let me bring this up closer. I don't think this is what we're going to be making. Okay, the library pocket. It's not cool. A vintagey library pocket. Okay. Look how cool that looks. I love it. And it looks very Tim Holtz. You notice how there's like some red and some blue in there? But it's doesn't look bright. It still looks vintage because of all the brown. So it's very Tim Holtz like inspired. I love that because his stuff always looks like this, you know? Okay. So let's put some more. I didn't know if I showed you guys that library pocket enough. I think I didn't. Sorry. So double stick tape on both. I just put it right down the center on both. And you just tear it off with your hand like that. Okay. So really, you can just use your finger or you can use your bone folder. Just to make sure like this tape attaches on here. So I'm just using my bone folder for that. You don't have to use it. You can just use your damn finger. But since I have the bone folder here, I'm using it. Okay. So you always want to put the folded edge on the outside. So remember that. And I like to line it up right on this part up here. Let me make sure that I'm in frame. Okay. Nothing's worse than not being able to see what somebody's doing. Okay, hopefully that doesn't end up in the fold. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do it to the other side. Make sure that the folded edge is on the outside. Make sure we can still fold it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so again, I'm just going to bone fold again in the inner of this too. Just make sure it's down good. Okay, now we take the tape off the top. We take the tape over here. There we go. Throw those in the garbage. And then you just bring this up to here like that. Actually didn't line it up perfect, but who cares? Okay. And when I'm done, I would take a corner chopper and chop the corners so they're rounded out. So that's all a corner chopper is. I have a big, huge one. You can have a smaller one and just round your corners off, okay? But I wouldn't do it until after I'm done decorating it. Because it's just harder to like, it's easier with square edges to do all the stuff we're going to do. I would do that at the end. Okay, I didn't quite line it up perfect here, but like I said, who cares? So now we have our library envelope. See how what the hinges do? Look how much stuff you can stuff in there. And that could be a great little gift or a little side gift just to throw a bunch of goodies. Like if someone does like a lot of collage, you can throw a bunch of collage bits in there. If somebody likes laces and stuff like that, throw some laces and little pieces in there or whatever. Okay. Throw them in a junk journal, throw them in a vintage junk journal, throw them in even a lace journal because you're doing it all vintagey. That would look awesome. in a TN in a traveler's notebook. So many good things. You could throw this in the pocket of your planner, which could be a traveler's notebook or just a regular planner, whichever. Okay, so let's move on. What we're going to do now is, like I always do, let's start with tearing some book pages. Okay. All right, just a second, guys. I got to grab some glue, which I should have already done. Oh, it's all the way over there. Just a second, people. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. You guys, I'm really loving like recycling stuff. Oh, I always have. I'm a total junker. But I love like taking my mail or things I get at different places and start recycling stuff. Especially your junk mail. Because we get a lot of junk mail and it just goes in the trash. And I'm really into this recycling thing. I'm getting into it more and more. I started gardening, which I just absolutely love. I also started a compost pile. And you guys, I learned some of the stuff from this lady called the Tomato Lady here in Las Vegas. I learned a lot from her. And then I have filled in a lot of things I needed to learn still, or some things I wanted to learn with YouTube. So, if you've been interested in gardening, you guys, check out some videos. And I think I'm going to do some videos on my garden and the kind of stuff I'm doing. I just planted a bunch of seeds, so I just want the seeds to sprout. And then once they sprout, I will, I'll do a video on that. Kind of do videos here and there on my garden and my compost pile. Okay, let's start ripping up the book pages. I love to start. This is my process always, you guys. I always start with book pages on mixed media all the time. Okay, and I like to use a magazine, like the ones you get in the ones you get in the mail that you don't really want. I just save those magazines so I can use them to glue my pieces in. So there we go. And you can go over the edges. That's just perfect. Go over the edges and you start it for the next section. Also, I like to use a baby wipe and wipe off the excess glue because Elmer's glue will, of course, seal this. And we don't want to seal it because we're going to use paint over this to kind of stain our paper. So I use a little baby wipe and keep off the excess glue as it squeegees out. Okay. Let me see if I can make some more room here on my thing. Okay, here we go. That's going to work out a lot better. So I'm going to use some more book pages. And you guys, I'm not going to do the back of this library pocket just to save us a little bit of time. Because people can't be here all day watching me do this. So this video will be long enough. It'll probably be, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour. You can use the same process I'm doing to do a book page, like an entire page, to do an actual page, and then you're going to maybe put a pocket on there or whatever you're going to do, but just to make an actual page of a junk journal or a vintage junk journal. So you could do something like this on a piece of cardstock and then frame it. Because I did do this in one of my junk journals as a page, this same technique. And then I put a couple of vintage ladies on there, on top of it. It looks really cool. Okay, there we go. That's enough book pages. Like, couldn't you see, like, okay, let's just look at the back of this. Look how cool that is. And then to take, if you have a vintage lady that's, you can decoupage that on, like one here and maybe one there. It looks really cool. It looks very Tim Holtz. I love it. Okay, let's take some napkin and put this here. What do I want to do? Let's put it right here. Now I know that I'm sealing it because I'm using the glue on top, but you know what? It still took some of the stuff, like stamping that I did. So this may not take paint, but it'll take the stamping. So, and then just kind of just clean up around it so it's not, because you're gonna do some stains, some Tim Holtz stains. We're gonna use some inks. We're gonna use some a bunch of stuff. And then we're going to do some stamping, and the stamping goes right over it, so right over that, even though it's Elmer's glue. Okay, what else do I want to do? I want definitely some music notes. So let's get some music notes going. I'll put that right there. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, if I'm in frame with, I have a little magazine with the glue that I'm using as my glue thing. Anyway, it keeps your station clean. It keeps your area that you're working on clean. And then I like to use a little bit of a card. Oops. There we go, my little bit of my napkin. Okay. And you can use a little bit more of music notes. But I want it to be really small, like right there. Okay, and we'll use a little bit more right here. Move that little bit of napkin off of there. There we go. Okay, and then I also on top of this want to use, I love Asian writing. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. And so I want to use some of that in here. And I'm going to use a pretty big piece right here of Asian writing. So let's tear this. This is a, I'm going to use my scissors. This is a newspaper. We have a place called Chinatown here in Las Vegas, and I get these newspapers at any of the restaurants, grocery stores, any of that. So it's pretty cool. And you know what? Okay, I cannot remember the person I had said, and she sent me her, I think she emailed her address, and I have not found it in my email. I think it got lost in there somewhere. And we were supposed to trade. She's going to give me something, and I was going to send her quite a few of these Asian newspapers. So if you're watching my video, please message me and say, I'm the one. Because I don't know, my brain goes sometimes. You know, you always got a lot going on, and then there goes my brain. Okay. All right. And she told me she emailed me, so I know she did, and it got lost somewhere. Okay. So let's glue that down. That's going to look really cool. And also, let's just throw a little Asian writing. See, I love this Asian writing. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Isn't that just so cool? Love it. Like, I'm going to do the smaller bits. We'll put it right there. Just add something that just a coolness factor. The writing is like, I just think that writing Chinese or Japanese or whatever this is, it is just, that's why I say Asian, because I'm not sure exactly which dialect it is. It's so beautiful. Their writing is like art. It's like calligraphy. I love calligraphy. and I'm learning how to do it right now, and I absolutely love it. I love beautiful handwriting, which I don't have, but I'm learning to have. Okay, so I'm going to do some more of that Asian newspaper right here. Put that in right there. Okay. And I might just try to fold that. Yeah, I'll fold that over the pocket. And then I think this all looks good. I think I might leave it like this. Yeah. All right, so we're going to leave it like that. All right, so we used a whole bunch of cool stuff. You guys, you can collect, if you have an Asian store, grocery stores, anything like that, or restaurants, they might carry these Asian newspapers. I use music note sheets. I get those from thrift stores. I have so many that I don't even buy them from thrift stores anymore. Always be looking at garage sales. I'll tell you something else I got. I'm not sure of this type of writing, but look how cool this is. And I should have added this on, but I didn't. Look at this writing right here. It is just fabulous. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Isn't that so cool? Again, art. To me, it's just art. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay. I love mixed media. I love mixing up. I love mixed media in every facet of my life. Whether it's people, it's my art, it's my knitting, it's my spinning art yarn, it's my garden. I like to mix everything. Mix people, mix art, mix things. When I make food, I like to mix it up too. Don't you guys ever notice that mixed media, whether it's people, food, art, it just is better. Okay. Am I done with this part? Okay, yeah, I think I'm done with the glue part, so I'm going to put that away for now. All right, and we're going to give this a little dry, so just a second. Oh, shoot. Okay, you guys, just for the sake of time, I won't do it, but I didn't do the top part of my card, this part right here, see? I forgot. But for the sake of time, we won't do that part. We'll just go ahead and just know that this right here is the same thing we'll do up here, and it's the same thing we'll do on the back, okay? All right, here we go. Okay, so that is done, and now it's dry. Okay, so now the next step is going to be to use some different things. You could use just some brown acrylic paint, watered down, okay? And you want it watered down because you want to stain this. You want it to like be see-through, okay? But I'm going to use some of the stuff I have. I have some Distress Stain by Tim Holtz. I have some F.W. De La Rowney ink, which we all got. A lot of us got from Hobby Lobby when they had 75% off for $2. I have some Distressed Oxide. I love the Distressed Oxides. I have Distressed Ink, Walnut, Distressed Ink, Rusty Hinge. Love me some Rusty Hinges too. Okay, so I'm going to take the Distressed Stain and go all over this whole thing. I love this Distressed Stain. It is fabulous. Take that and then add some water. Kind of let it mesh down and move around a little bit. One second, I want to see if something else, if I have another color of Distress Stain or not. Just a second, please. What is this? Huh. Okay, just a second, guys. I'm looking through my stash of stuff. I got a lot of stuff, and I'm just trying to always pull things out and use them. Just a second, talk amongst yourselves. Oh, there they are. Okay, just a second, and just think if I have any other distressed, anything else that I like. I mean, I do, but I gotta see if it's what I need. Okay, I just pulled a couple more that I haven't. Actually, I don't even know if I ever used the damn things. This is antique bronze. I don't want to use that. This one is distressed rusty hinges in the paint. So let's try that. Do some of that. Sorry guys, just a second. Let me kind of get it going. I haven't used this in a long time, obviously. Okay, there we go. Oh, I like that. So I'm not being precious with it at all. I'm just putting it on. There we go. That looks cool. I'm going to take a little bit of this right here, just a tiniest amount. This is pretty strong. Throw some water on it. I'm going to take a baby wipe and just spread it a little bit. Okay, so let's use some more of this. Okay. Isn't this cool how I'm doing this mixed media? I'm using so many things. And if what you have is acrylic paint, you guys, and you don't have these things, use the acrylic paint. Pick out 3 or 4 colors. Pick out like pick out a really cool Sedona brick brown ready color, that has a lot of brown in it. Choose a dark brown. Choose, just, you can use all acrylic paint and water the acrylic paint down and do this. And what you do is, instead of watering the acrylic paint down, take the acrylic paint, put it on a little plate. Take your baby wipe, dip your baby wipe into the acrylic paint, and go like that, okay? In fact, instead of just talking about it, maybe I need to do it. Where the hell is it? Okay, so I have some brown acrylic paint here. This is a fabulous deal, $1.75. It was fine touch. I got this at Hobby Lobby. This was regularly $7. This is that 75% off sale. You guys, that 75% off sale gave me so much supplies. I have supplies forever. Honestly, I don't never really need to buy too much again for my art supplies. I mean, it was insane. Okay, so then take a baby wipe. Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Can you see that paint right there? No, you can't. Okay, I just put some, let me show you. Okay, so right here, here's some brown paint. I just put it right there. Okay, so there's some brown paint with a baby wipe, and just wipe it on. Do it right here. And what that does is it allows you to still see through. What you still want to see through all this cool stuff that you just put on, right? So that's what the baby wipe does. It makes it so it's, I think the word's translucent. Okay, and we'll do some more down here. It keeps it translucent. So don't worry about watering it down. Just put the paint down on the side or on a little tray or whatever, and use your baby wipe. Okay? I really like that color brown. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this up and get rid of that. Okay, a couple other things I want to use just because I love it is I want to use a little rusty hinges here and there. And am I stacking a lot on top of everything? Yeah. And let's put a little bit of, this is distressed. We'll throw some distress in there. We're going to dry all this in just a second. Let's add water to this whole thing. What I just did. Because that activates, especially the oxides. I want to get more of these distress oxide. I know I have Vintage Photo. I have something else. And then I have this one, this cracked pistachio. And I have one more other color. But I'd like to get rusty hinges. I'd like to get walnut stain. I want to get a few others of these distress oxides. Actually, and I just said I don't need any more supplies. Listen to me. Listen to me. But especially the browns, because that's the kind of stuff I like to use the most. Okay, so we got a good base going. This looks awesome. Let me just blow dry this really quickly. And the next step is going to be using a bunch of stamps. Okay, so let me dry this. What the hell? I'm cleaning up, you guys, making room here. I got stuff everywhere. Now, could you just leave it like this and have it like this and just do your top area and then do your back? Heck yeah, because this already looks flipping cool. Look at that. Look how cool that already looks. Like you could just call that a day and be done. Do your top, do your back. Okay, but I'm going to show you. We're going to go a step further. Okay, so I got a bunch of stamps. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to start out with like really small stamps first, and then you build up in your color and you build up in the size of stamp. So you understand once I get started. The first thing I'm going to do is, I didn't do this on my last one, I'm going to just do a bunch of script stamping with brown. I like to use this archival. It doesn't have to be archival, but I love the sepia color. The sepia color is gorgeous. But you can use whatever brown you have in your stash. It does not need to be this. It's about the technique that I'm using or the process I'm using. You can use any type of products to do this. You can use some of this process. You can use none of this process. Like, Angela, I don't like what you're doing. What makes you think you're doing anything good? Okay? Okay, I like to use brown because it makes this look more vintage. I'm going to use black also, but I'm trying to build up okay, I'm trying to build up in color from really light to darker and into color. And then I'm also building up from really small stamps to larger stamps and bolder color. And okay, so you understand as I go along. Okay, so done with that for now. Oh, I like this. I didn't even use that on my last one. Okay, I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to still use that archival sepia brown. Okay, so I'm going to use this stamp right here. I love it. It says made just for you because you're priceless. Freaking awesome. And because I'm using brown, it's not going to be super, I'm going to put some right there. It's not going to be, just to get rid of my, it's not going to be super obvious because it's going to be really, it's going to be what you really, you know how you look through layers? It's going to be that bottom layer that you look through. It adds more interest. Okay, in my opinion. Oh, there's that stamp. I was looking for that. Okay, so we want really small stamps, and we're going to use the brown for it. You know what? We're going to use really small stamps. We're going to use brown, and we're going to use some black also, okay? And while we're at it, this will make the process go faster. The process we're going to do right now is using the small stamps. we're going to use some blue, some red, and some black, and then some brown. So let me show you what I mean. Just a second. I'm going to grab my little stamp pad here. Now, if your stamps have any more, they lost their stickiness, I take a this one's from Target. I take a glue stick, not the good glue sticks, but the crappy ones, because you don't want this to really glue down. You just want it to be on for a little bit. So take your crappy glue stick. Yes, there's a reason for your crappy glue sticks. Finally, the ones that don't glue crap together, you don't want it to glue it together. So I'm just taking this brown and just going all over. Okay, but the key here is to use the small stamp. Then I'm going to take the same stamp and use some black and just kind of hit it here and there. Okay, and maybe there, and kind of clean up my stamp. That'll kind of set the next thing. Okay, and then after that we could take a little bit of red with that same stamp and do a little bit of red here and there. Just a couple more. All right, we're going to add blue. We'll add blue on the next one. So we're just trying to keep things kind of mixed up. I love this little word style. Isn't that fabulous? Okay. I think that. So we'll start off with the brown. And I kind of like to go right over, like I did 2 little circles. I like to throw the style right into that. I think that looks really cool to kind of mix things up. There we go. Bam. Kind of clean out this. Bam. Done. Oh, then let's go on to with this same one. Let's do some blue because we didn't do that last time. And let's add some blue here and there. What makes this still look really good with the blue, I'll put some right in here. Even though it's vintage, usually you don't throw any color in vintage, but Tim Holtz does it all the time. He puts the blue and he puts the red. He'll even put some damn yellow in here. But what keeps it vintage is how dark and aged and brown and how it looks. So that's the key. Okay, so now we'll put that one back. What else do I want to do? I want to do small little things that are really cool. Just a second, people. Let me grab some more stamps. And then we're going to move on to some larger stuff here in a second. But okay, I'm going to put that block down. We have, I have, these are just so cool. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that stamp at? Just a second, you guys. I don't know where the heck it's at. It must have fallen off into my thing down here. Or I put it somewhere else. I don't know. There's a stamp that I want to use. Oh no. Where the hell did it go? Here it is. It fell off the card. Okay. Ooh, 2 of them fell off, so maybe I want both of these. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, I do like both of these. Fabulous. Okay, so what they are, let me show you guys on the back of here, because it'll be too hard to see the stamp. Okay. Make sure you guys are, hopefully you guys are seeing this. Yeah, I'll kind of go like that. I think you guys will be able to see it. Right here, it's like a stamp sign with, like, you know, if you stamp an envelope with a little butterfly on it. I love that. And then there's this one right here. That's a clock with butterflies. Isn't that flippin' fabulous? And this is another stamp seal right here. And that's what that is. That's called like a stamp seal with a butterfly over it. Love it. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Okay. I kind of keep my favorite stamps in this bucket right here. A lot of my favorite things I like to use. And then I still go through my craft room and still look for, you know, other things, so I don't keep using the same crap all the time. Again, this has lost its stickiness, so take your cheap glue stick. Okay, like your 99-cent ones that don't stick worth a crap, they're good for this. Okay, and then let's start with the brown. And you're just doing it wherever. Okay. And I just going on the back. That's just going to start that side. Now I want to make sure this is nice and clean. Just a second. I'm getting a lot of blue in my red, so I'm going to take a baby wipe and just kind of wipe my stamp off. All right. With this same stamp, I'm going to add a little red. See how I got kind of a lot of blue in my stupid thing? Anyway. All right. It's still stamping red, so we're good. All right. There we go. Let me clean something up right here. Take this off. See if I need to clean this off at all. No, it's good. All right. So I'm going to take my other stamp. This is that clock with the butterfly. And let's use a different color. I want to definitely use the brown because I just love that. Okay, and now I'm going to use some blue. All right, let's do it like this. So we're using this blue color. Oh, awesome. Okay. And let's use this blue up here. You don't need a ton of blue or red. That shows up just perfect. So I'm not going to put too much more blue on here. I'm not going to put too much more red. I'm not going to put too much of anything on here. Except for now, let me put this back on my thing here. Is that going to stick? I think so. Now I'm going to use my larger stamps on here. Okay. So I love this one. Okay, just a second. I like this one. I love this one that says vintage. This one right here, it says vintage. This one is so pretty. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I scrape this stuff off of here. Yeah. It's like the advertisement of like a bar of beautiful like soap. I got that stamp. I flippin' love that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And then I love this Eiffel Tower. I love the word beautiful. I love the word vintage. Okay, so those are the big ones we're going to use in bold. Okay, and so bold, we're not going to use brown anymore because that's not very bold, right? But we'll use the black, we'll use the red. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this vintage one right here. And I need a block. Okay, is this big enough? Yeah, it'll work. Okay, let's first glue it on because this stamp right here, I think it's a Tim Holtz. It is old. It is old as hell. It lost its stickiness a long time ago. Okay, so let's put the black on here. And I would love to put the vintage right there. That would look so cool at the top, but we're going to put it right here. Since I didn't decorate that part. Yep. What we're doing is we're getting the technique I'm using down and go from there. Okay, so that's cool. So now I'm just going to stamp here to clean off all of that. And maybe go like this. Get some of that black off there. Okay, so I'm done with that stamp. I want to take some black, I think again, and stamp right here on the side. Okay, so this is the Eiffel Tower. We're going to stamp it in black there again. Okay. Okay, and we'll do that right here. You guys, I can't believe you can get these kind of blocks. I didn't see them at my Dollar Trees, but people are getting these kind of blocks from Dollar Tree. If you see these at Dollar Tree, pick up like 5 of them because they're not $1 anywhere. Okay, so that looks really cool. Let me get some of this ink off of here. Okay, I love that. And then what else I want to do? I want to do this it says honey almond cream of London. Fabulous. It has enough stickiness on it. We're going to do this somewhere in red. So we'll take our red, really load that up. Pounce like elephants. Some people say don't pounce it like elephants. I always say pounce like elephants. And we're going to put it right here. I think if you pounce like elephants, you get more ink on there. Anyway. Diane Reevely always says, do not pounce like an elephant. I like pouncing like an elephant. All right. Now, that looks cool. You can't see it that much, but it looks cool. Let's take this word beautiful and let's put that on something. Let me get this off of here. Okay. I do like this block because there's lines on it, so you can always line things up pretty straight, which it doesn't really matter because of the way I'm doing this, but if you really need it to be straight, there's lines on it, so you can just line your stamp up so it'll be perfectly straight. Okay, I'm going to take the black and do beautiful right down here. I think that'll look fabulous. See you. Anything I'm doing doesn't have to be lined up perfectly, obviously. Okay, let's do it like right there. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, love it. Okay, I have one more idea that I really want to do again. I want to put back on this this one that says honey and cream of London. I'm obsessed with this stamp. I want to put it back on here and do it in blue and see if that's just not cool. And it might, I think it might show up even better. Okay. Just a second, people. I gotta find a napkin, paper towel to dry off the stamp. All right. So you can see I'm just playing with stamps, but you guys saw the order in which I'm doing it. Pounce like elephants. You guys, I love these Ranger inks. You can get them at, a lot of times they sell them at Tuesday Morning for $1.99. They're fabulous, you guys. I picked these up. I love them. The other thing I'm loving is the Color Box, their archival dye ink. It's not even expensive. I think I ended up getting this for $1 at that 75% off at Hobby Lobby. But anyway, this ink is just always, the pad just so juicy. Flippin' love that. Okay. Let me see where I'm going to put this at. I want to put this right over the Eiffel Tower. I just feel like it'll look good over that. Layering over the Eiffel Tower. Yes, cool. And I'm going to do it one more time because I just feel like it's going to look good. right here in the corner. Kind of off the corner like this. So you can't fully see it. Yeah, that looks cool. Love it. And then I kind of feel like I need to do some little red stamping there. So I will with something. Just a second. So you can see you're just playing with your stamps, but you're doing it in that order so that you're starting with your larger stamps and your browns. Well, you're starting with your smaller stamps and you're building up. Just a second. There's this one little round stamp that I love. It's always those little small stamps that are hardest to keep up with. They're always the ones that fall off. Yeah, there they are. Okay. It's this little one that says Travelog. I have another one that's really small too, and it has a bunch of little small ones. I don't know where those are at though. Anyway, same effect. I'm going to add a little red in here. I think it needs a little red. Just like right there. It's not going to be a major change, but I just feel like it needs that. Oh, maybe it didn't. Let me try it again. Let's try again and see about right there. That looks cool. And let me try it with a little bit of black. Another technique, layering stamps upon stamps. Yeah, that looks cool. And I love this Asian stamp right here. Okay, you guys, so that is it. That is exactly, I'm going to bring this up close so you guys can see how this turned out. Let me move some of my mess around out of the way. There we go. So, let me bring this up. Just a second. I'm one of those people who cleans up as she goes along. I can't stand that. Like when I'm cooking, I cook and I clean. I cook and I clean. Like I cannot stand not cooking and cleaning. I do both at the same time. Some people, that would drive them nuts, but I like to craft and clean. Or at least, you know, kind of pick up my area. All right. At the same, and I also like to work on 20 million projects at once. Okay, I had to do something to another project. Okay. So, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so this is how this turned out. Let me come up really close. Isn't that so cool, you guys? Flippin' love this. I'm going to be turning this video around. Actually, you know what? I won't even post this video until I have it completely turned around. You know how you guys can make that choice where you can flip the video around? You can do a minor bit of editing. It's not the editing we had before. But anyway, so when you guys see this video, it'll be like you're sitting right next to me, not across from me. But look how cool that looks. It looks so vintagey and just aged and cool. And mind you, I still got to do everything I did here, do here, and do to the back. Okay? Okay, so the original one that we did, so you can see it completely finished, is this one. Isn't that so cool? I love it. And look at the back. Again, with these vintagey style library pockets, you can just stuff these with such great stuff and give them as gifts to people. Add in Happy Mail. Oh, make sure that you maybe if you like corner chomp your corners so they're nice and rounded. Or there's other different types of corner chompers where you can put a little bit different design on your corners. Anyway, again, if you have a vintage lady, you could put a little vintage lady right there or right in the middle. That looks really cool. I've done that on a page before. You could shove a bunch of, like, fold up a bunch of napkins that are really pretty that somebody could craft with. You could throw a bunch of collage bits in here and give this out. You could throw this in a junk journal with a bunch of tags. You could throw this in a lace journal with a bunch of really pretty tags and put it in a lace journal. There's just so many. You guys, it's endless what you can do with these. I just flippin' love them. Obsessed. And it was made out of a Chipotle menu. Those long ones, and we folded it up. So I just got to finish this one up now, which I will do. And that is it, you guys. Okay? All right. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And I think that's it. All right. I'll talk to you guys next video. Bye. All right. Where's the button? There we go.